Hello and welcome back to main event 2. It is now time to see which of the other 3 teams out of the 18, well now 9, will advance to the finals. Second ring Massive Transit managed to make it, and now we're going to see the champs, Green Machine's back. They swapped out Gazella R for RDO2, but it's not going to be easy for our champs, the Green Machines. They have to contend with third ranked Big Blue, 4th ranked Hot Pursuit, and 5th ranked Shredheads. All 3 teams in which have bonus actions. But starting us out is going to be Semi-Psycho. Semi-Psycho, it tries to escape, but that is not a great spot. That is, doesn't do it. Its hind rear is still on the track. Oh, and the Lotus takes full advantage, and sideways goes Semi-Psycho. Wow, that is not a great start for the champs. That is not the type of start that they want. Keep in mind, Green Machines managed to cinch home the victory for themselves last season over Massive Transit. Oh, and the Lotus gets taken down by the GT90. Well, that is a tough loss for Jetstreak. The Lotus proved itself to be very viable for Jetstreak in the qualifier. Showed some great balance. But here, the GT90 got the best of it. And the GT90, of course, probably the best car out of 4 Knox, just locks it in. And so does Swoopku starting off for the Incinerators. Swoopku with that slowed back, it usually acts as a ramp, but certain cars tend to not take it. But anyway, it's in effect, and we're going to see if anybody falls victim to it. Going up next, it's the Chevy Nova wagon. It does take it, but it does take up Swoopku, but now it is kind of in an odd spot. It's pinned between the GT90 and the track buffer. That's going to be a loss for the Incinerator still in. But that right now, I'm pretty sure it'd be on 45, so I don't really think that's in. But it is still connected to the action, so it could still recover. And no, Revrod doesn't, but just puts it more sideways. Revrod, also great in the qualifier for the Shredheads. Just backs away from the GT90, locked in on the track. Whoa, what in the world? What is going on? As soon as I say somebody did well in the qualifier, they are out. And just like that, the Chevy Nova wagon recovers, but off track, and usually besides going to offense, takes down Revrod. Just like that. Gee, so far, quite a few. We already have 4 cars eliminated so far in this main event. Make that 5 because the Chevy Nova goes back over sideways. I don't think it's making a recovery this time. And Turtle Shell was a great car for Surf's Up in the qualifier. I better not jinx myself there, as off-track made the escape. And no, I did not jinx myself. Luckily, Turtle Shell manages to make the recovery. Boombox is now curbside. Boombox, another great car for Hot Pursuit, who, of course, 4th rank. Oh, Jesus, and as I say, that Fusion Buster takes it out. Wow, that is going to be a very, very bad loss for Hot Pursuit. That's probably their best car. Now, granted, Hot Pursuit do have a bonus action that they can use, so they might end up using a car swap. We'll have to see what ends up happening. The Fusion Buster now behind the GT90, which still hasn't budged yet. And and Cloud Cutter takes a stab at Fusion Buster, but Fusion Buster manages to flip it over to a recovery using its fallen teammate. Cloud Cutter not in a great position though. That is vulnerable. It's not off the track, and the T-Bird takes advantage, taking out Cloud Cutter, and actually puts Fusion Buster basically, that looks like it's beyond 45. Meanwhile, Revrod actually recovers. Wow, that's a nice, good luck for the Shredheads there. But T-Bird, now, the only 4 knocks are on the track right now. And as I say, that Cockney Cab for the Incinerators puts the T-Bird to curbside. That is not a good position to be in. Cockney Cab locked in. Followed up by that. The Chevy Bel Air. And it takes down the T-Bird. That's going to be a loss for Ford. GT90 goes curbside. Cockney Cab also goes curbside. And the Chevy Bel Air goes curbside. Everybody's curbside. It's a curbside party. But right now, the Bel Air is vulnerable. And Rowan Solo just undercuts the Bel Air, and the Bel Air is down sideways. That's another loss for the Chevy Crusaders. Cockney Cab still curbside along with the GT90, but they are both still on the track at the moment. A bit of a bash by the custom small block. GT90 though manages to save it. So does Cockney Cab. So no damage there. Small block is curbside though, so that's going to leave it vulnerable for the next hit. Right now we just have a bit of a sea of cars both on the right and left side of the track. It's scenic route, but again, no damage is had. GT90 makes a full escape, and custom small block managed to stay alive as well. Scenic Route, though, is right now it's basically, it looks pretty safe to me. This car, another great car that did well in the qualifiers, was the main reason Surf's Up are actually in the main events. It proved itself agile. Ooh, and as soon as I say it, once again it happens, and Scenic Route has been put basically sideways by Baja Bison, who's of course on Hot Pursuit. Baja Bison locked in on the track, but oh boy, that is not good for Surf's Up. That is really bad for them. Surf's Up have been known to have bad luck in these main events. Oh, and yeah, oh man, and the 16 Angel with a surprisingly lethal hit basically finishes off Scenic Route and takes out Baja Bison. A double takedown there. Is the 16 Angels, of course, for Green Machines. Right now, depending on if Fuse Buster's in. Oh, and wow, a nice hit by the Jet Threat, and oh boy, that is not good. Green Machines had some serious bad luck having to go right before Jester, so they have to take the brunt of all this undercutting going on. And right now, 16 Angels, it does not look good for 16 Angels. It looks like Semi-Psycho is trying to make a recovery. Oh, and unfortunately, that had the offset effect. The Fairmont. Oh boy, it just put Fusion Buster all the way sideways. That is definitely out now. Green Machines are in dire straits. Depending on 16 Angels, who I think is basically sideways, they are down 3 cars. The champs are struggling in this main event. It is, and it seems like four. That's gonna be a loss for 4 knocks there. Right as the Fairmont gets flipped over by Road Flipper, ironically enough. Road Flipper just locking in. Right now, it seems like there can be any sort of... Everybody's either getting booted off the track, and the Bel Air puts the Road Flipper curbside. It's just like we have just like a whole left and right field surrounding the track of just bodies of cars. Oh, and the Bel Air. Oh boy, the Bel Air is in a very weird spot. But Jesus, I just cannot believe what is going on. There's just been a lot of carnage in this main event. A lot more than the last main event, and that's going to be a loss for the Shredheads. A Loop Coupe gets put over sideways, and I think that's pretty much going to put 16 Angels on its side. Dirty Outlaw is currently curbside. Big Blue proved themselves to be rarely good in the qualifiers. They survived with 3 cars still alive. Dirty Outlaw was one of them, and that's okay. Well, unfortunately, there goes my commentating again, jinxing the car with Dirty Outlaw going over sideways by Dior 3. Dior 3 now, however, poised on top of the Bel Air, and oh man, the Chevy Tahoe takes down Dior 3, and just like that, Dior 3 is out and over, still kind of on top. But the Chevy Tahoe also went sideways. So that is not good for the Tahoe. Oh, and as I say that, RDO2, the rookie for Green Machines, helps it out. Dior 3, however, not able to make the save. I mean, it seems like right now, Fusion Buster and Semi-Psycho could potentially both get righted. Semi-Psycho is desperately trying to right itself. And yes, it does. Oh man, Jet Threat doing a huge favor for Green Machines. Fusion Buster and Semi-Psycho both making a recovery. Wow, that is great news for Green Machines. They have officially resurrected 2 of their cars, and RDO2 is still alive. Shadow Jet is curbside. And up next for 4 knocks, it's going to be the Model A. Oh, man, and the Model A just brutally flipping over Shadow Jet. Jet Streaker also kind of struggling right now. I believe this is going to be their 3rd car eliminated already. Jet Threat 3 at the front, I think, is still alive. Yeah, I think it is still alive. Yeah, it is. It's underneath the Fairmont. Oh, wow, Silver Bullet, unable to do anything to the Model A, just sort of pivots off the track. A very vulnerable position. Both cars are in vulnerable positions. Right now, we're finding the pile up. Starting trying to etch itself onto the track. Ooh, and Silver Bullet spins away to safety. The Chevy Stalker, heavily curbside. That is not a good spot to be in. And up next, it's served by Sublime and Chevy Stalker. Wow, that is a huge loss for the Chevy Crusader. That was a good car for them in the qualifier. And right now, the Crusaders are in deep trouble. I'm not seeing a single one of their cars alive right now. They are in dire straits. They really got to get it together. Because as it stands, if none of their cars are in, I think the only one is Monte Carlo Concept, which will come down in the next wave. Group C Fantasy just sort of locks it in on the track behind Turbine, who's curbside. And Piranha Terror doesn't do anything, just smashes at Group C, but just goes curbside as well. And we know this thing, very wily car, tends to get sent flying all over the place. And the Dodge Charger wasn't able to do anything. Group C is now curbside, so this jumble is starting to. There's a big jumble now growing. And Lamelt finally came down, but save the best for last. But right now, there. Jet Streak is still behind him, and I think he's going to be back because they have Turbo Streak right now, and I'm pretty sure Turbo Streak underneath. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Turbo Streak he's just taking down Lamelt, just like that, flipping it over like a pancake. And wow, if Green Machines weren't panicking before, they were definitely panicking now. Lamelt, their ace, the main reason they got the championship, the thing that was responsible for taking out Turbulence Tug, is down. Oh, he doesn't say that. More damage for Jet Streak. Wow, right after getting that big elimination, the Turbo Streak gets eliminated by the Ford two-door, which just smashes into the pile. What is going on? And also took out Piranha Terror. Things are going from 0 to 100 as this main event continues to be deadly. It is just an absolute bloodbath. Oh, and Solaire continuing the undercutting trend. Just taking down the 4-2. It looks like DR3 actually at the front is trying to make a recovery, but it is still sideways. Ironically enough, its own teammate kind of blocking it. But Solaire getting the slice and dice there. It's just an absolute body. There goes the Monte Carlo MCC Monte Carlo concept. Charges in, but no damage is done. Solaire stays alive. Group C stays alive. Oh wait, no, RDO2 is sideways. Oh no, that is Oh gee, Green Machines have been devastated, and Crescendo is save Piranha Terror. That's gonna be a resurrection for the Surfs Up. Crescendo is curbside. Oh, and Hammer Coop taking out Crescendo, and not underneath the Monte Carlo concept. That is really not good for the Chevy Crusaders. They need the MCC to stay alive for them. And right now, up next, it's the Surf and School Bus, and actually helps out Crescendo. Writes that, and just locks it in behind Hammered Coop. Solaire stays alive. MCC still balancing on top of Hammered Coop right now for the moment. And car in the round, and it's MCC. That was the final car of the round. Oh man, and Chevy Crusaders. Oh no, I think we may have just seen a first in this series. A team may have just gotten completely wiped out in the first round, and this was an absolute bloodbath. Just look at the bodies, look at the cars all flipped over sideways on the roofs. Let's take a look at the aftermath, and yep, it is confirmed. Chevy Crusaders were completely eliminated in round one. They are out of this match already. Jet Street got absolutely devastated. They lost 4. The Champs and Fort Knox lost 3 each. They are down to 2. Meanwhile, Surf's Up lost 2. And it looks like right now Hot Pursuit are calling for their bonus action. To bring back in Boombox to hold them for the car slot. Meanwhile, Incinerators, Shredheads, and Hot Pursuit, each of them only lost 1. They are doing great, but geez, that was a massive blowback. And Off Track made a pretty nice save there, just flipping over off into safety. Oh geez, and a Boombox going curbside thanks to Rev Rod. Geez, that was an absolute bloodbath of a first round. Will round 2 be like that as well? We're gonna find out right now. But Boombox is in a heavily bad position. Oh Jesus, and Woodman the Road Flipper just completely devastating Rev Rod and Boombox. Wow, that was a bit of a waste for Hot Pursuit. So much for that car swap. And that's going to be a tough loss for Shredheads. I don't think Rev Rod's going to be able to recover this time. And Turtle Shell going perpendicular on the track. That is a vulnerable position to be in. It is really just not looking good. Oh man, geez, wow, the GT90 really just launches into Turtle Shell, but Turtle Shell making the recovery happen. GT90 locking it in. Fort Knox lost 3 there, down to 2. They really got to hope that the GT90. Oh, and geez, Semi-Psycho, one of the last shoot for Green Machines, using the GT90, flipping over Road Flipper. Green Machines have to stay in this match now. Semi-Psycho and Fusion Buster are going to have to pull it off. And Jet Threat, the last hope for Jet Streak, takes a shot at Semi-Psycho, but Semi-Psycho is able to back away to safety. The GT90 in potential danger, but it's staying alive for now. Back around the roster, and this time it's Baja Bison. And Baja Bison tussles with Jet Threat. but Jet Threat manages to stay alive for the moment. Baja Bison in a vulnerable position. Ooh, and that may have just backfired for Custom Small Block. You have Jet Threat and GT90 seem alive. Meanwhile, Custom Small Block, oh boy, that is very close. That is very close. Baja Bison managed to back away to safety, no problem. And there goes Turbine Sublime, just hitting the track wall and back so way down the track. That is a kind of that down there all the way near the bottom of the hill. And Cockney Cab just goes curbside as well, along with Turbine. Both are vulnerable now. Coming down next, a Piranha Terror and Piranha Terror just terrorizing Cockney Cab, putting it over on its roof. Turbine sliding more off the track. Piranha Terror, however, is heavily curbside. Oh, and what the, oh crap, we just had ourselves a triple takedown there. Piranha Terror, Cockney, actually it wasn't a triple takedown. Whoopsie, my bad. Cockney Cab was already out. If Cockney Cab hadn't been out, though, that would have been a triple takedown. But that was a double takedown. Oh, and Fusion Buster Jesus, flipping the Model A over on its roof, just like that. That's gonna be another loss for 4 knocks. They're gonna be down just to GT90, and the Chevy Tahoe just doesn't do much. Just kind of for some reason causes a road flipper to kind of come off the safety area. What in the world, Jesus? Group C Fantasy sends it into the Chevy Tahoe, but what a recovery! How many rolls was that? That was what I don't know what that was, but the Chevy Tahoe, geez, that car. Capable of magical things there. Man, just to say, and Rowan Solo attempts to slice and dice Group C, but I believe that is very close. That is very close. That might, oh boy. I'm not really sure how close that is. But looking at it, right now I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see it, so we're gonna take a measurement on that. I believe that's barely in. Ooh, wow, Silver Bullet really took a shot at Rolling Solo, but Rolling Solo able to roll it over. Ooh, and same thing with Fusion Buster, but I think Fusion Buster is I think Fusion Buster is in. A couple cars might need measurement at the end of this, and Silver Bullet backing away as well down the track. All of these cars are just getting knocked off the track, no problem. Meanwhile, Surfing School Bus just bops into the Silver Bullet, locked in. And as I say that, no, in the Impala State car, Bridges completely sends Surfing School Bus over. That's going to be a loss for Surf's Up. That's going to be another loss for Surf's Up. Yeah, that's going to be 2 losses for Surf's Up. Meanwhile, the Impala State car just stays locked in. And as I say that, no, Hammered Coupe, the Hitman, just pulls a hit on the Impala. And the Impala, it's going to be another loss for Hot Pursuit there. Hot Pursuit may want to start thinking of using their bonus action. No, Crescendo ain't able to do anything. Just goes curbside along with Hammer Coupe. Both are in vulnerable positions here. Up next for them, it's going to be... Oh, Solaire! Oh, that backfired horribly. Solaire taking out Hammer Coupe. Crescendo stays alive, but then Solaire taking itself out. Wow, that backfired horribly. That is not what Solaire wanted. That is just not what you like to see at all. But Solaire is going to be down in the dumps right there. I doubt it's going to be able to recover. And yeah, that was the final card of the round actually. And yeah, I think Group C, I think it actually got pushed down. I think it's like right at 45. I believe it's right at 45. Again, y'all can feel free to take a measurement of that on your own. Say if I'm wrong. If I am, feel free to laugh at me. I think Fusion Buster at least is in. I feel like for sure Fusion Buster is definitely in. I think I'm going to have to really get a measurement tool so I can use during these. Whenever I'm recording, I can't actually measure it afterwards. So I'm going to have to really get like a tool so I can use during these to make sure that I'm correct with my assumption. But that's the end of round 2. And looking at the aftermath right now, Incinerators, Jesus, Incinerators lost 3. They are down to 1. From 4 down to 3. From 4 down to 1. That is terrible. The Jet Streak stay alive with Jet Threat at 1. Surf's Up lost 2 down to 1. Hot Pursuit and Big Blue each lost 2 down to 2. 4 Nox and Green Machines, ironically enough, stayed steady at 2. Shredheads only lost 1. They are down to 3. So right now, Shredheads are leading in this match. This absolute bloodbath of a main event so far. We still have to stay tuned for part 2 as we're going to see which of these 8 remaining teams out of the 3 are going to advance.